Welcome to Charts Today. My name is David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday the 12th of January comes to you from Amman in Jordan. There's not a lot of changes overnight. The big one is this morning that dollar's down 0.5%, euro's up 0.5%. So we're just seeing that as the main currency move at the moment. We've highlighted short-term dollar weakness. US markets were up quite strongly overnight, again just continuing their run. FTSE having a record-breaking run now of consecutive days, which we'll talk about, and then we'll just look at some commodities and last of all some tech stocks. So taking a look at the dollar chart, we see here the downward move. So we are just in this bearish territory at the moment, dollar retracing. No major downside targets to play for on the 60-minute chart. So really for the moment, the dollar weakness is just there as a counter trend move. And we're seeing that in the euro, 106. We do have this target here of 107, so we're getting near that. Interestingly, if we exceed these targets, then that's very bullish action, of course. We are hitting resistance here on the short-term chart, and we still have this plethora of downside targets. So we expect any rise in the euro to be pretty short-lived. Taking a look at the Japanese yen, we see here again that we're just seeing that dollar sell-off. So that's pretty much showing through there as well. And taking a look at sterling, which of course had a weak start to the week, we're seeing here some recovery as well. So this is just highlighting the dollar weakness, really, probably more than the euro strength. We have now activated this downside target to 115.60, so that's 5% downside. We do have an upside target here now to 125.22, so that's 2.5% upside potential as well. So we are just seeing moves in either direction here potentially. If we look at the resistance here, though, of course, any move in sterling at the moment with these downside trends and targets is likely to be short-lived. If we look at euro sterling, we see here again just this weakness in the chart, so that's quite key as well. We take a look at the Forex chart for sterling Swiss, and we see here again that it's just flat at the moment around 124. And the Australian dollar has been showing strength against sterling. It was at 170 just only a week or so ago, down to the low 160. So we're seeing Australian dollar strength really kicking in here, sterling weakness. So again, starting to turn bearish on all three time frames. Looking at the US market, we see the S&P 500 index was up another 6 points last night, 22.75. So the market's still continuing to look pretty strong. These short-term upside targets now activated and bullish on all three time frames. So again, looking strong. And Nasdaq and S&P were up by around a similar amount. So that is just consistent with markets looking pretty good all round at the moment in the US. The Dow Jones Index, of course, everyone's talking about this 20,000 level. We haven't quite managed to break it yet, so it will be interesting to see when that happens. We're back into bullish territory here on this chart, so it just looks like it's a matter of time soon. The futures are down 0.25% this morning, so it may be a case of we may not see it happen this week. It'll be interesting to see how the market ends tomorrow on Friday. Will we get a strong close into the weekend? Looking at the FTSE, here we see the consecutive runs. This is a record since FTSE was incepted in the 1980s, so I think it's 12 consecutive rising days. There's very strong market conditions here for the UK market. So interestingly there, we'll probably see that run come to an end quite soon, but that's looking pretty strong at the moment. So strong FTSE. There is an absence of short-term targets on FTSE as well, so that's quite key. So just keeping an eye on that will be the key for the coming days ahead. Taking a look at the Shanghai market, we see here this bearishness creeping in. So the short-term bullishness short-lived. India looking a bit better short-term. So we are just seeing here the recovery on the weekly cloud. Daily prices just starting to get through. So India starting to look quite a lot better as well. So that's quite key. We just need to see how that market arises in in the coming days, but it's looking stronger all the time. Australian market having a little bit of a respite, which is going sideways for the last few days, but these short-term targets still very much in train. Australia looking like it's set to have a good start to the year in the coming weeks and months. Crude oil, Brent crude is up 0.5% this morning at 55.10, just starting to get back into the positive zone here on the short-term chart, and of course we are in the long-term phase where we tend to go up at this time of the year, so we're quite bullish on crude at the moment. Targets into the 70s, that looks like where we're going to go in the next few months based on the charts. We talked yesterday about US nat gas just breaking the cloud. It's done that, and we're now starting to see quite strong rises in nat gas. Good upside targets to 374. So we really are just seeing now nat gas starting to run. We talked about gold as well, and that has been just temporarily through the 1200 mark this morning. Gold is running. A lot of uncertainty around the Trump inauguration, and we're just seeing that kicking in the charts. We do have a new upside target here. Looking at the short-term chart, we're seeing here upside targets to now 1221, 1223. Notice this upside target here now exceeded. Trend change. Gold starting to look pretty interesting, coming off the bottom, bouncing off the weekly cloud. A little bit of work still to do on the daily, but that is starting to look pretty interesting. Just taking a look at tech. Most tech was up pretty strongly last night. Facebook was a standout out at 1.4%. We talked about how Facebook has regained its strength position since getting back from that 115 support level. Now we're starting to come through the cloud on the daily. This chart's starting to look pretty good all around. That's it for today. Tomorrow I'll be in London. Until then, happy charting. See you then.